Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Kweentuhan. It's a series of Kweentuhan since last 2 weeks ago, and most of my guests is pageant enthusiasts and at the same time influencer and vloggers. And let's get to know all of their thoughts with regards to the recently concluded Miss Universe, the 69th Miss Universe. But before that, ipopost ko po to sa YouTube channel ko. So if ever that you're new to my channel, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. And at the same time, click the notification bell para po ma-notify po kayo if ever that we have new content with regards to pageantry. And let's start our conversation with regards to the 69th Miss Universe. But before that, may makakasama ako. Let's get to know more, and at the same time, welcome our guest for this morning, Rappler's very own Sir Voltaire Tayag. Yay!
Hello. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you. Sir, before we start, can you introduce yourself and at the same time give a little fun facts about you with regards to the pageant world?
Hi, I'm Voltaire Tayag, and as some of you might know, I cover for Rappler and some other publications. I've been covering since 2016, and I've had the privilege of also visiting or covering it live. Unfortunately, for the past 2 years, I haven't been able to kasi, you know, like especially this year because of the pandemic, I was a little bit scared to travel. I was gonna go sana with Sine Jojo, but I decided not to. But Rabia knows how much I love and support her, and you know, Miss Universe, sobrang this is the pageant of all pageants. Kaya sobrang excited. And everybody's like, kanina pa ako umaga, gising na gising.
Ayun, same din. Parang wala din akong tulog masyado. Sir Voltaire, let's start our review for the 69th Miss Universe. What are your thoughts with regards to the stage, the host, and the production itself?
Well, the hosts were fine. Mario Lopez and Olivia Culpo, you know, I didn't have any doubt na magiging okay naman sila. So it's because they have a lot of experience being in front of the camera and they're very young. Tsaka yung that youthful energy translates naman. Olivia, look, I think she felt more comfortable in the second part when she changed into her pink gown. In the red outfit, parang she was thinking too much from the way it looked. The stage is classic Miss Universe, very glossy, the black floors, and that amazing LED that we've come to expect from them. Pero in terms of the excitement, parang feeling ko yung programming, it's issue ko yan for the past few years with Miss Universe. There's too much of those video packages na puro salita ng salita. I use that time to actually post on social media or mag-edit ng mga video kasi parang I'm not paying attention to that. One of the other things na gusto ko talagang ibalik nila is calling the semi-finalists. Alam mo yung sunod-sunod?
Yeah.
And for me, that's like a really big part ng pageant eh. And I miss that. Ayoko yung parang, tapos may video, parang napanood ko na yan dun sa app, yung pinapalabas nyo.
Actually, no. And also, sir, ang daming nagre-reklamo with regards to the lighting nung preliminaries. How was the lighting in finals? Your thoughts with regards to that?
Okay, usually when it comes to the staging, the lighting, and all of that, hindi ako masyadong ma-complain, hindi ako masyadong ma-comment tungkol dyan. Because normally, they do a pretty good job. But during the prelims, kung ako napansin ko na hindi maganda yung camera angles, the shots, they didn't give the girls time to establish in front of the camera, and then the lighting was also not so good. But pagdating naman ng finals, it was much better. It's something that we expect of Miss Universe, and you know, they did a pretty good job. I can't complain.
Mm-hmm. And also, sir, new format. There's no continental grouping this time. Top 21, top 20, and the fan vote is already included in this particular segment. Thoughts about this continental grouping na nawala na, and now back to the traditional top 20 girls na kung sino talaga yung nag-perform closed door and semifinals or in preliminary.
Alam mo, sobrang pinagdadasal talaga na tanggalin nila yung continental groupings. Because I thought it's always unfair that some girls, especially from Latin America or Asia, don't get in because they limit. Parang may quota, bawat region. and then somebody else who's less deserving or didn't, like didn't need to be in the semifinals gets in just because of that quota, let's say from another region. So I'm very happy na ganun yun. And it actually worked out to the, I think in my review, I did say na I had a feeling that it would be dominated by Asia and the Latinas of the Americas, simply because they deserve to be up there. Sila talaga yun eh. Parang pinaghihirapan nila, sinusuportahan nila yung organization. So I think it's very smart of the organization to keep their focus on the demographics na nagsusupport and nagbibigay buhay sa kanila. It's like, why are you trying to attract other demographics that really would never care kahit ano pang gawin natin?
Ayun.
Bakit wala si Pitbull?
I know. Yun din nga dapat yung tatanungin ko. Why is it that wala si Pitbull nung production, and also pinalitan siya ni Luis Fonsi. Correct me if I'm wrong, 'di ba? Siya yung pumalit as a celebrity guest or celebrity performer. All right. Let's go.
Baka tumaas yung talent fee.
Actually, no.
No, but I was looking forward to Pitbull kasi super love ko yan. I even watched him live.
And gusto ko din sana nandun si Pitbull para meron akong vibe of 2016 na yung dito naman is si Florida. So medyo mapapump sana yung audience. Okay, Sir Voltaire, let's go to top 16. Top 16, tinawag yung top 16. Are you surprised? Top 21. Top 21. Are you surprised with the selection of the top 21? It's a battle, kanina sinabi mo, with Latinas and Asian, and most of the top 21 girls is coming from this region. What is your thoughts about this?
Well, okay. When they called them, syempre inisip ko sa ilang kaya yung tatama dun sa bet ko. And I got 16 of them correct. There were some that got in who I probably would not really ever choose because they're not in my realm of parang criteria of what I like in Miss Universe. Although natakot din ako sa kanila because I knew that they were good communicators and I knew that they had personality. These two, like Great Britain and Australia.
Yes.
A lot of people were telling me parang, uy, si Australia, ganyan. But kasi I'm sorry, I come from that time where I like my Miss Universe beauty queens tall. So I hardly would ever put anybody who's below 5'6". No matter how great the personality, unless it was Demi Nell Peters. Now that one is an exception to the rule. It's like, for me, it's like you have to be that gorgeous and that fabulous to win and to be there. I was very surprised that sino ba yung mga hindi pumasok na I thought were going to be Nepal. I was very shocked that Nepal was not there. So parang I always think pag ganito, it always boils down to the preliminary interviews. I always say that. Pag may pumasok at hindi pumasok, we know it's because of the preliminary interviews. Kasi, especially now, the preliminary judges were the same for the telecast.
Yeah.
So, yung mga love na nila from the interviews carried forward. And then, I was actually surprised Canada didn't make it.
Yes.
Performed really well, and I also felt that she would be the type that the judges might like in the interviews. South Africa, to be honest, South Africa was always very strong. Pero nung dumating siya in Florida, parang it's because I think na-hype ko siya masyado in my head. Kaya I couldn't take her out of my list. But deep inside, sabi ko, lalo na nung nakita ko siya in that evening gown, sabi ko, this might cost her a spot. Ang iniisip ko na lang was, maybe love na love siya sa interview na kahit pangit yung gown na suot niya, she would still make it. But apparently, it was that bad that she probably didn't, go forward. I also miss Czech Republic and Romania and Panama. But uh, the one candidate na I really felt should not have been there was USA.
Oh.
I wrote, and I usually don't ever mention these things, but I just felt that she had no effort during the prelims, or like she had no desire or drive. You know, I'd rather reward some of the other girls who wanted more and who show more effort. That's my thing with Miss USA. It's almost like she took it either too lightly or maybe that's just her. But face-wise, she's beautiful.
And also Venezuela didn't make it to the top 21 also.
Venezuela, hindi ko rin siya... sorry.
It's okay.
I didn't pay attention to Venezuela too much because parang her beauty was not my type, and also like when I watch her interviews, she didn't come off as relatable or as likable. Yung mga sobrang love na love ko from the beginning, from the time I saw her, was Brazil.
Yes.
Charisma. She had a charm. She drew me in, and I was actually rooting, you know, she was one of the people I was rooting for. Brazil. And then Dominican Republic, I was so happy to see her. Kasi nung una ko siya nakita, and then I was posting about her, sobrang tuwang-tuwa ako. And for some reason nga, I even said like, Dominican Republic always has these really strong candidates na sobrang likable. Even dun sa Q&A niya, I felt that, alam mo yan, masaya siyang kausap and very, very light and heartwarming the way she delivers. They may not be the strongest answers, pero natutuwa ka.
Yes. And also, I would like to quick shout out to Katarina Rodriguez. Hello, Katya!
Oh.
Nanonood si Katya.
Nagpa-message daw siya sa akin.
Kaya nga, hindi ka daw nagre-reply sa kanya.
Katya.
Let's go to our swimsuit competition. What is your thoughts about the swimsuit vibe? Ano yung thoughts mo with regards to this one? Latin vibe ang swimsuit competition nila this year.
No, I had no doubt it was going to be a Latin vibe because it's in Miami. That's why I was excited for Pitbull, because they bring that Miami party vibe. You know, that's what Miami is known for. And I was, you know, it's fun and exciting. And also for the girls, when it's that type of vibe, they can really work the stage. They can find the sexiness, and then they can find the lande in the music. And that's what we got. But one thing na napansin ko, I'm surprised ha. And I don't know if you share the same view. Parang madami sa kanila don't have a really strong runway walk when we think about it in terms of like what we normally would say, malakas siya. I don't think that was intentional na bawal yung pasabog talaga na lakad. Because that says supermodels, so it says fierce, but they're looking for somebody relatable. It had to be toned down a little bit, so I don't know if that had anything to do with it. But in general, they looked amazing in their Emma Saval swimsuits. Those swimsuits were fantastic. They were super ultra sexy, and I love the pop of color. I like the texture. The only thing that I wish they had something better were the cover-ups. I didn't like the cover-ups. Parang di ba?
Kasi nakaano siyang sobrang haba. The usual sana na na Miss Universe na mga cape para sa akin. Medyo doon ako na vibe. And also ito, Voltaire, top 10. Surprise, disappointment. What is your thoughts about our top 10 in this year's Miss Universe?
I'm very happy with the top 10. Some of my other favorites didn't make it to the top 10, like Curacao. Like Curacao. Curacao is like, I super love her. I really would have wanted to see her in the top 10. But I'm so happy that the top 10 is composed of facially beautiful, tall, statuesque goddesses. That's very important for me. Where I, complain kasi na ako ng complain na sometimes may mga, na, like, there's too much focus on advocacies and causes that they tend to forget just the beautiful women. And then now, they found the balance, which is good. So I'm very happy with the top 10. The gowns are amazing. Well, all of them were quite expected. there was nothing that was out of this world because that yung nude illusion with a lot of either a lot of skin, a lot of glimmer, a lot of shimmer, a lot of stones and rhinestones. We expect that from here. But I read, like I'm trying to remember who I read. I love Dominican Republic for the simplicity of her gown.
Yes.
Yung gold, mukha siyang Oscar. Um, Jamaica, parang pag kinrush mo lahat yung mga crystals. Tsaka
Oo, yung the silver, yeah. And also she opens the evening gown with the bang. So isa din si Miss Jamaica sa nasayangan ako why she didn't make it to the last cut actually.
Jamaica, she had everything, but she looked nervous. She didn't look happy. Yun yung issue with Jamaica. She was not smiling. She was not having fun. Based from her facial expressions, I think that was the only thing that was lacking from her. I also Thailand. That was an amazing gown. The blue, kind of like evokes water or the ocean or the sea.
Yeah, in Phuket. Yun yung yung inspired daw, the Phuket beach.
Definitely, that was a wow gown for me. Costa Rica had like the most traditional pageant gown. Alam mo yung red,
The red one.
rain. You know, parang, I have no problem with that. I think she also looked really good. It matched her red hair perfectly. Sino pa? India.
India and Mexico.
Okay, India super loved it. Was perfect on her. I didn't realize India wasn't as tall as the other girls.
Correct me if I'm wrong, parang 5'7" lang ata yung height niya or 5'6" or 5 something like that.
She was on stage along with the top 5. Pag dinadaanan siya, kita mo na mas matangkad talaga yung iba. But her proportions are great, so I never even saw that. Mexico, when Mexico came out, hindi ako sure kung gusto ko yung gown or hindi. Parang feeling ko it looked heavy at first, and then sabi ko, and then there's that thing that's a side with the drape fringe on the back, and all of those scallop fringe details on the skirt, and then the lacy top na ano. Parang I thought there was too much going on. But again, it's how she carried it and how she looked. She looked amazing in it. It would not have been my first choice. I think I liked her better in her prelims gown.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. But ito yung mga ano eh. So maybe there's something about Mexico from the preliminary interviews na nakita na yung mga judges. So, pagdating nila sa stage, yung mga stuff na hindi natin nakikita. Kasi kunwari tayo, when we cover pageants, alam natin yung mga girls behind the scenes and not just on stage. Some of the pageant fans don't see that, whether yung ugali nila, yung attitude, or the way that they carry themselves. We see that and feel that in person, so that when certain girls really pop out, we know that they deserve to be there. But from somebody's perspective on TV, and if they're just watching on screen, parang paano yan nakapasok? Bakit yan ano? You know, may ganung factor.
And also, selection of top 5. Are you surprised? Are you expecting these 5 beautiful ladies to make it to this final round? Thoughts about Mexico, India, Brazil, Dominican Republic, and Peru in the top 5?
Mexico and India were always in my top 5. I had no doubt that they were gonna make it. Mexico performed really well. I knew yung pageant experience niya from Miss World really paid off, because I think comfortable siya. Pero pag sumasagot siya, parang I thought she was nervous. I don't know if that, maybe she wasn't. Maybe she was translating her thoughts into English. Kaya siya parang mas mabagal sumagot. But pagdating dun sa top 5, dun sa, where they have to pick
Final statement. Final statement.
When she spoke in Spanish, that translated better because she felt more comfortable, more confident. And maybe in person she looks super amazing. It doesn't hurt that she's super tall also. India, grabe, ang ganda ng mukha niya. I super love India, and I was afraid for the Latinas because of India in the Q&A, because India usually does so well. India is always, like the gold standard pagdating sa Q&A. With her answers were kind of like a bit general-ish. She sounds amazing. She delivered them well. But when you examine them, parang, middle of the road. So I wasn't surprised that she didn't win or, go farther. Brazil, again, this, sobra akong natutuwa sa voice niya and then the way she talks. Lalo when she had this IG, welcome to the universe. And then she was in of the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel. Dun pala, parang tuwang-tuwa na ako sa voice niya because ang warm. And when she smiles, parang napaka-down to earth, even though she's like this drop-dead gorgeous beauty. I actually thought that she was going to win si Brazil. Between the two of them, nung sila na lang dalawa. Because I felt Brazil seemed more fun, more relatable than Mexico. So, Dominican Republic, she was classy, composed, real. And I'm very glad, again, as I said, so happy na nasa top 4 siya. And then Peru, I know a lot of people really like Peru. I also love her. And I thought because of her Q&A, akala ko siya mananalo.
Same thought.
Yes. Pero again, nandyan na yung may preference ng judge because nakilala na nila before what all the things that we saw. Ang feeling ko lang sa kanya, I would have really wanted her with bigger hair, maybe that would pa siya masyadong teen or young, that the Gavava Boom hairstyle would suit her better. But they should be very proud of Janik Maceta for being the top 5. Nakalimutan ko na kung anong placement.
Ni Peru, second runner-up.
Yeah. So they should be very proud, and she did an amazing job. All 5 of them were in my top 20. I'm happy for that. Pero the other thing that I'm happy about is maganda silang lahat.
And also, Voltaire, what is your thoughts? Kasi syempre, nakilala din natin yung representative natin here in the Philippines, si Rabia Mateo. What is your thoughts with Rabia's Mateo performance in the finale and at the same time making it into that top 21? What is your thoughts about Rabia Mateo?
Oh my gosh. I can't.
Voltaire.
I thought I was ready. Okay, no. Because I know Rabia and I'm very close to her. I'm very proud and happy of her performance, regardless of what anybody else says. I know she gave it her all. She prepared.
We can't hear you, Voltaire.
Okay, is this better?
Better.
Okay. I could not ask for anything else from Rabia. I know she laid it out all on stage. In terms of performance, I wish she just had more fun. Because in the swimsuit, I wanted her to smile. I wanted to see her smile. But I'm not going to focus on that. I'm just focused on the fact that she did an amazing job, that she was fantastic. And the entire Miss Universe Philippines team really supported her from the get-go and really gave it everything that they had. And there was so much love in the entire team. Kaya I can't help but feel a bit emotional because I know these people and I know what they've gone through. And I know all the things that people say about them or Rabia. So I can't help but get a bit hurt or emotional. For me, super proud of Rabia. And I always told her from the start, whatever the outcome, we will be proud of you. Your life, your journey doesn't end at Miss Universe. It goes beyond that. And for her to succeed in life is far more important than winning a crown. And the other thing is I really would have wanted to see her sashay down in the Fernamato gown, the Phoenix gown. So yun. Nakakainis. Ewan ko ba bakit ako naiyak? Akala ko okay ako.
Siguro masasabi natin, I just commend Rabia's performance, and at the same time, Voltaire, 11 years still, we're in the semifinals. Thanks to Rabia Mateo. And also, I just like to say this in our own dialect na Rabia, biskan ano ang natabo, Diyos ko, ang proud sang Pinoy sa imo, grabe, makita gid sa mga social media ang pagpalangga sang mga Ilonggo sa imo. Amo na ganing ginhambal ginamon si Muday. Sobra gid nga pasalamat namon si mo, and hopefully nakita namon nga nag-enjoy ka. I know that this journey of yours is not a typical journey of Miss Universe, but then nilaban mo, nakita namin na lumaban ka at nakita namin na lalaban ka pa. Kaya para sa amin, congratulations. You made us very, very, very proud. Kaya maraming salamat sa iyo, Rabia Mateo. And also, Voltaire, ano yung thoughts mo with all of this Miss Universe, 69th Miss Universe? Your thoughts about the pageant itself?
I was just thinking about Rabia. I just want to tell you mga pageant fans, thank you
Sure.
so much for supporting her, for loving her, for encouraging her, because that means so much to Rabia. We would talk every once in a while about, kunwari kung na-affect siya with certain comments or whatever, but she's such a strong woman, and as you said, we're so proud of her, and I hope that what the fans, the followers, the pageant community realizes is, for people like us who really do this out of love, out of passion, like, I don't get paid to follow her around. I don't get paid to do some of these things, but you do it because you see the goodness in someone. That's why you support them. Kaya yung iba na parang bakit siya sinusupport mo, bakit ito hindi? Well, go figure, diba? So if somebody has shown you kindness and goodness, you're gonna return that kindness and goodness back to those people, back to these queens, back to these friends. And if somebody didn't show you kindness or goodness, why are you gonna care? Why am I gonna spend time with you? So that's just something that I wish that other people would know and take into consideration. And I'm sure you also feel that way. When it comes to the Miss Universe pageant, I'm so glad that it finally pushed through. I didn't natin alam what it was gonna be, and hindi ko matitake na magiging virtual siya. I'm so
Actually,
to the Miss Universe organization for pushing through and giving it their whole effort, and I was so happy to see all these Fadil Berisha shots. The photography of Fadil is something that for me is equivalent to Miss Universe, and I'm so glad that these girls this year got a chance to shoot with Fadil. Like, those photos will live on for years. And for all the girls, I know it must have been such a big struggle for them. It's difficult enough to be in a pageant and to prepare for Miss Universe without the pandemic, but to have all the uncertainty and all of the limitations that are there, we have to commend all the candidates for being there and giving it their all. And for that alone, I think it was truly a celebration.
thank you so much, Voltaire, sa this session. Hopefully, nag-enjoy ka sa session na to. And sorry kung napaiyak kita dahil kay Rabia.
Hindi ko expect yun. Kasi parang, kaya sabi ko sa'yo, can we talk after mga 11:50? Because I wanted to self, tapos, yun, iyak din.
And also, Voltaire, saan ka nila mapafollow sa social medias mo? Invite them.
Well, you can always see me on my Instagram, which is Voltaire Tayag. I also have www.voltairetayag.com, although tinatamad ako to update it. I also have my YouTube channel na hindi ko kasing sipag si Franz pagdating sa YouTube. So I congratulate you also for doing such an amazing job on your social media. And when you asked me, I had to say, of course, I was going to say yes, because I love supporting other people in the media, vloggers, bloggers, journalists. You know, because we're a small community, and we should also support each other.
Thank you so much. And also mga Mars, don't forget again to follow me on social media. It's Mars Franz po. Facebook, IG, and YouTube. And a quick shout out lang again. Katarina Rodriguez, hello. Thank you so much sa panunood, Katja. Catch up soon, Kat. Ayun. And also Voltaire, thank you so much. Hopefully nag-enjoy ka sa ating quick na chit-chat regarding 69th Miss Universe. Ayun. Kailan kayo pupunta dito sa isla? Kailan nga ba, Voltaire? Let's go na mga June siguro, Katja. Pupunta ako dyan sa Siargao. And also, question lang din, Voltaire, with regards to the reign of our newly crowned Andrea Mesa of Mexico, ano yung thoughts mo with regards to her reign? Kasi parang sabihin natin, 7 or 8 months lang yung reign niya.
Well, whether your reign is 7 months or 12 months or 2 years, the mere fact that on the history books you are always going to be universe, that's the most important thing, because years from now nobody's going to talk about that except for the fact that you were Miss Universe. And knowing Mexico and knowing the support of the Telemundo network, I think that this is going to be a great partnership. And that's not the only reason why she won, because Andrea is an amazing woman and she has an amazing voice, and I think in the coming months we'll see just how fabulous her reign is going to be.
Ayun. Thank you so much mga Mars. And Sir Voltaire, maraming salamat. See you very, very soon. Mag-ingat po kayong lahat.